Hey all, welcome to another episode. Hope you all are doing well and keeping safe and keeping healthy. I think this is the first time where the complete world is in a lockdown and we as a photographer are feeling that we don't get to shoot and we don't have any new creative images. So we are today going to cover all things about a virtual shoot. So you can shoot at your sitting at your home and how to get creative with it and what are the ways of doing it, what are the apps you need it and what are the pros and cons of each method doing a virtual shoot. First of all, why you need a virtual shoot? I think we as a photographer, lockdown is not a good period for us. We are sitting at home, we think that we are losing our creativity, we are not getting new images. I think virtual shoot is a very good idea. You get to work with people, you get to understand people and you still get your images and you get to work on editing and you can open up your creativity to any limits staying at home and staying safe. Before going to the ways we can do a virtual shoot, we are going to understand what are the pros and cons of a virtual shoot. The best thing what I like about virtual shoot is you get to work with anybody across the world, across the boundaries and you're sitting at home and they are sitting at home and you still get good images if you're opened up to doing some more creative work. The other good thing about virtual shoot is you understand the situation on the spot, you understand the places what they have you can shoot in and you build your creativity, you build your mind and you build a responsive mind where you can build ideas on the spot and you take good images. There are also drawbacks to these methods. The first of the drawback is it can be limitation to the places what you can shoot. So the model or the person you are going to shoot may have limited spaces to shoot in and which you already must have shot with other photographers for the virtual shoot. The other thing is at your end you might be having limitation of space as there is a global lockdown. You might not get things, backdrops, everything for your unique shoot every time. So that is one of the disadvantages. The other disadvantage is quality matters. So the way you're doing your virtual shoot, quality will matter in how you get good pictures or you're getting average pictures. We are going to discuss various methods, what are the best ways to do it, in which method you get good quality, in which method you won't get good quality. We are going to discuss all about that. The first and the most method which has been used widely is a screenshot. So you go through FaceTime, you go through Skype or you go through any other method, you video chat with the model. She poses through and you take screenshots quickly on your phone. This is a good method, but you're taking a screenshot, so the quality is going to depend on your internet connection as well as screenshot is like a KB image, so is not much to edit on it. When I saw some of the images through screenshot, I definitely thought this is not the way to go for me because screenshot does not give you a liberty to edit a lot. So I definitely was not going to the method. We are going to discuss 3 or 4 different methods which I think are good enough or you get good creativity. I'm going to explain you the setup for the same and how I did those shoots and how you can do the shoot and get some good images. The first method what we are going to discuss is shooting through your camera onto your mobile. So you set up a background like this which you can see in my picture. So you set up a color of a background what you have at your home and place your mobile on a stable position and you take pictures from your end while the model is posing on the another end. So this is one of the way because you are using your camera, so always you get good pictures. The things you required for this kind of shoot is you definitely need a backdrop. If you don't have a backdrop, you can use a natural backdrop. So you can have a window or something which shows you a natural backdrop. If you have a 50mm or 85mm lens which can bokeh the background so it still looks nice. You need a stand where you can keep your mobile in a stable position so you get stable shots. For this kind of shoot, I will suggest keeping your phone on the maximum screen time. I had kept it for 10 minutes. So your screen switches off when you're doing a shoot. The other thing important is you should always keep your brightness to full so you get full brightness so you don't see lines on your photos while you're taking it because it might be dark in your room. Here are some of the setups what I used for some of the photos I did. So there are 2 backdrops which I have set up on a light stand. This is another setup where you can see I have set up fairy lights on my background and also you can see a table and like a stand which I had and acrylic screen where you can reflect the mobile in the acrylic screen. So this was a good setup where you have bokeh and you get a very good bokeh in your background due to the fairy lights. The another setup, as I said, if you don't have backgrounds, you don't have fairy lights, you can always use a natural background. So here in this case I was using my window as a natural background. so we get some good green bokehs, and I was using a 50mm lens with 1.8, so I got very good bokehs with the mobile in picture. Here are some images from those two methods what I have used. So here is one of the pink background what I had set up. So we got this lovely image of Brogan using the pink backdrop, and as a method what I explained earlier. This is the another one which I showed you where I have set up the fairy lights in back. So you get amazing bokehs and amazing colors, and the mobile pops up, so it looks very nice. I had kept my mobile at 10 minutes of brightness so it does not switches off after every few seconds. I had closed all my communication so I don't get WhatsApp and other pop-ups. You should keep that in mind. Also in this case I was using Skype as a medium to video call with the model. So you can see a square face. So you should always place the model in a way that the square comes at the top and there is enough space if you want to crop that square. So moving forward, we are coming to the second method which I liked a lot. In this case, we did a video call with the model on Skype and we used the Lightroom mobile app. So many of the people you don't know, there is a camera app also in Lightroom mobile app. So we use the Lightroom camera mobile app to take pictures. So in this case, the model had to do a lot of work, but you get a lot of creativity. In my case, I had to quickly scan the places what she had, find the good places what she was showing to me, and then she had a tripod, so it was easy for her to place a mobile in a stable position. So the good thing about this app is it also has a timer function, so you can put timer to 3 seconds, 5 seconds and 10 seconds. In this case she was keeping it to 5 seconds because she was feeling this is enough time to click on the picture and let her go and pose for the picture. This method is very good method because you can still screen share through your Skype and you can see what picture she is taking, so you can guide her through poses, where the light is good and what looks good. Other good thing about this is because you're shooting with her camera, so you don't have to worry about the internet connection. You always get good pictures. The fourth and the most important is you get good quality pictures which she can mail you later and which you can edit on, and definitely you get good edits. So if you see on my screen, this is one of the photos what she sent and this is the final edit version of it. It absolutely looks like a DSLR. So the quality does matters, depends on her phone. If she has a crappy front end camera, then that will definitely will not look good. But in this case she had an iPhone, so it definitely worked. For this method, the most important thing is you should ask your model to install mobile Lightroom app in advance. Join the session a bit 10 minutes before, so you make her aware how to use the mobile app, how to review the photos. So that will be an essential thing. The other thing is, in this case your internet connection does not matter a lot, but it matters to just do the video call and explain the things. If it is blurry, it will be hard for you to explain. But in this case the model has to work hard to get those amazing pictures. But still, this is one of the good methods where I got good pictures. Here are some more pictures which are unedited from the same shoot which she was doing using a Lightroom app. So this is one of the picture and here is another one. We were using her backdrop as a green tree and she was wearing like a boho style, so it looked nice with that backdrop. It was 1 PM in UK, so it was quite sunny, so we used this as a shaded area where the sun was falling nice on her face. This method definitely preps you up to think fast, think creative, understand the situation, understand the light and work it out in a quick way. So far we have learned two methods. First is using a setup at your end and taking photos to your camera on your mobile. The second one is using a Lightroom app at the model's end. She takes a picture if she has a tripod or a stable thing where she can keep a tripod and take some good pictures. The last and the best method is where your model has a camera and a remote trigger to take a pictures. So this is very rare where your model has a camera, but in my case two of my models with whom I did a virtual shoot, they had a camera and they had a remote as well. So I was very lucky enough to use their camera. Here the tricky part is they still have to pose. You still have to understand the situation on the time, understand the places what they can shoot in. But the good thing is they are using a camera, so you always get good quality and you can explain through all the settings to them to get the best possible image. The cons of this method is they are not always good with the DSLR, so you have to explain them a lot how a manual mode works or how aperture mode works and how ISO works and all of those things. So it might sometimes get scary for them, sometimes it might be time consuming, but this is one of the best method what I have used, and I have got some amazing results with the same. Here you can see one of the photos which I have taken where this model Leah, which I worked with earlier as well, had a camera at her end and a tripod as well. So we sat her near a window and we took this amazing picture. This is the final edited version. This is another model called Christian. He's stuck in Phuket, Thailand. So he had a camera and a tripod. So what we decided to shoot a morning shoot where he kept his camera on a tripod and he stuck his phone to back of the screen so I can see when the picture is taken, and he had a trigger in his hand. So one of this shot is taken from his room where the sun is falling on his hair. This is another one where because his hotel is near a beach, so once he steps down he can directly go to the beach. So this was another shot during like 6:30 in the morning. The final method which you can use is, which I think is very rare, is your model having a camera, having a tripod, and also having a capture one or Lightroom with a cable attached to the phone. So you can Zoom call or you can do a Skype call, control their screen, control their complete camera using the Lightroom app or the Capture One app. So this is very rare, but this is also one of the method if you can get amazing pictures, because now you are controlling their camera. They don't have to move, they don't have to do the effort, they just have to pose through the things, or if they have lights they can set up through lights. But this is another one of the methods and I have seen people doing this. And if the lockdown stays on and if models are willing to still do the virtual shoot, this is another option where they can buy a camera, they can rent a camera, they can rent lights, and they can still get amazing images where the photographer takes the control of the camera and they don't have to do anything. They just have to pose, prep the lights, and this is a good way of doing excellent shoots. And I think you sitting at home, they sitting at home, being safe, you still get an amazing shoot. Finally, we are going to review all three methods which I have used to do a virtual shoot. First one is taking photos from your camera through your mobile on a video call chat with the model and setting up different background. Second one is using a Lightroom mobile app at their end with a stand, and she takes the picture with a timer so she gets time to pose, and later she sends you the photos. The third and my most favorite method is, if you're lucky enough, if your model has a camera and a tripod, or she has something to keep the camera stable and she has a trigger, so she can take all the photos and you can guide her through all the camera settings, where to stand, where to pose, and you get amazing images because you can take raw images. I would say guys, try virtual method, stay safe, stay home, and be creative and create some amazing images using these methods. So if you are not already liked this video, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to our channel to get some amazing content like this in the future.